All right. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to another Live at Five, where we teach you the organic approach to making money online. And I see you guys popping on. So come on in. Let us know where you're tuning in from. State your where you're coming from and put hashtag live. Yes, I see the hands. What's up? What's going on? We are so happy to see you, and we are just blessed to see another Tuesday. So we're just checking to make sure that everything is copacetic because I just got a message before we popped on that StreamYard is going to be making some changes on Facebook. So I just want to make sure that we were at least streaming in the group, and it looks like we are. So that is amazing. Not sure about the other platforms, but we're just going to say hello, hello from all to all platforms, whether you're watching us from Facebook, whether you're watching us from LinkedIn or YouTube. We say hello and thank you for coming through from Florida. Florida is in the house for sure. We got Takesha from Florida, myself from New York, and those of you that do not know us, my name is Daria Jackson Legonier, co-founder of Online Success Made Simple, hailing from Brooklyn, New York. And then next to me on this side, my beautiful co-host, Takesha Wyatt from the sunny Florida. I understand it is so hot over there. I wish I was over there because it was chilly in New York. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to rain all week. So, we got Texas in the building. All right, Minnesota,
please.
Yes,
Minnesota in the house.
In the building. Yes.
What you say what you say. Yes. You see how Dr. Kathleen has her profile name and profile photo show up when she comments. That's because she clicked that top link above that says streamyard.com/Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or wherever you happen to be watching us at. You click on there and it gives StreamYard and that platform permission to work together. And that's what Dr. Kathleen did. And that is why you can see her profile picture and name. I absolutely love it, guys. Yes, D. We are so excited, guys. You know, we did a poll last week because, you know, we thought we knew what we wanted this month's series to be about. Right? But then we said, you know what? Let's ask the audience what they want.
Right.
Put it to a vote. Right? And you know, it seems as though most people want to know more about how to build relationships, right? And how to network with other people. Because it is a great skill to have. And learning that one skill can definitely add zeros to your bank account and can definitely help you to find some lifelong friendships, right? If it wasn't for the online space, I probably would have never met Daria.
That's right.
And that's the honest truth. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, we were meant to meet because we were in the same companies and things. We tell this story all the time, but hey, this was obviously the right time and the right place 4 years ago, right? That was the right time and the right place for us to meet. So yeah, and that was simply through building relationships and networking. That's how we met. I didn't know Daria from a can of paint. You know what I mean? I saw her online. She saw me online, but that was pretty much
a name.
A name and a face. You know, I knew what she put online, and at that time we were both learning, you know, what to do. So it was amazing. And you know, we thought it was fitting that that was the thing that you guys wanted to learn. Because it's definitely what takes you to the next level. Your relationship with others and your ability to be able to network right? And knowing the correct way to network so you're not spamming people and you don't feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm working everywhere I go. Oh my God, I feel like I'm hitting somebody up everywhere I go. Because you shouldn't feel like that, right? You should not feel that way. You should genuinely be making connections. And so throughout these next 5 weeks, starting with today, we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about relationship building. And this is the first one. D, go ahead and pull up the slides.
All
This is
right.
going to be the first one. And Daria and I actually put together a a flyer, as it were, with all of the topics for this networking and relationship building series. So you can see what each week is gonna be about, right? Because as you can see that this one, let me move you, Dr. Kathleen. It's just so hard to see when we put them up. This one is about how do I show up online as myself so I can be as authentic as possible, right? Because the authenticity shines through. It shines through, right? That is
It
why a
sure
lot of people, right? That's I keep
Mhm.
forgetting you above me now. That's why a lot of people like to do videos, right? Because that's
Yeah.
you literally put your personality out there. People can say, "Oh, I can see her personality right there," right? Or because it's like being in person, right? But you can be everywhere at once. So that's
Yes,
what I
it's
love
so
about
true.
being online, right? I still
Yeah,
keep looking
it's
over
so
there.
true. And that's how myself and Dr. Kathleen connected through
Yeah,
my videos. I had no idea until she mentioned it to
yeah.
me. So
And
you
then
you
when
know,
Gary and I started talking, I'm sorry, D, go ahead.
yeah, and then just you just never know the power of video. So the more videos you get out there, whether you're doing them live, whether you're doing pre-recorded videos, get your videos out there so that your audience can really see who you are.
Absolutely. And I was just saying, and once she met Dr. Kathleen, Daria and I started talking, and we found out the breadth of like expertise that Dr. Kathleen has. They always say that you supposed to learn from your elders, right? Because they have so much to teach you, and it is true. Because you know
Mhm.
what I mean? It seems like nowadays we don't do that. We don't sit around and talk to our elders anymore. And I think it's absolutely phenomenal all of the things that Dr. Kathleen is doing online. And I always, when Derry and I do something, we use Dr. Kathleen as an example a lot. When people say they can't do something or they don't know how to, I'm like, trust me, you can. You just gotta have some patience. I'm like, there are 70 and 80-year olds online and they killing it. So I'm
Boom.
like, don't sell yourself short.
That's right.
We
That's right.
love God.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
you definitely taught us a lot. Shout out to Dr. Kathleen, honey.
shout out to Dr. Kathleen.
Woo. So do you want to go ahead and get us started?
All right, so yeah, let's go. Let's get this thing started. So, online success made simple. Remember our name, right? We want to show you the most simplest way to network with people and build relationships. So, we're going to give you 5 great tips to help you show up online as your most authentic self. Because for me, I like to work smarter than harder. So, and we both feel that way. That's just how we work. So, just know that the tips that we're going to be giving you is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I highly recommend that you either take out a notebook, take some notes, or if you want to screenshot any one of the slides, be our guest. We don't mind. Okay. So the first tip we want to give you is you want to be true to your values. So sit down and brainstorm. What are your values around family, around money, maybe your spirituality, just your thoughts on general topics. Just normal everyday stuff. Because when you share content that aligns with your core beliefs and values, then the authenticity will resonate with your audience and build trust. So what I'm saying is, if you believe in telling the truth and being honest, that's a core belief and a value, and you can speak about that in your posts. So that's what I mean by that. So here's an example. So if your family is a core value of yours, you're going to share posts around your family gatherings, right? You want to show how you balance work and family life. So for instance, family Friday dinners are non-negotiable in my house, right? So it it shows how we stay together in the midst of our busy lives, and in a lot of our households, people are moving like two ships in the night, right? You see the person maybe when you wake up in the morning, and you may not see them until it's time to go to bed at night. Or and you might be on totally different schedules. Like in my sister's house, her husband works at night, she works during the day. So they passing each other. And it's not until the weekend when they're both off is when they can come together and have dinner together, maybe do some things around the house together, or even go out somewhere. So that's what I mean by that. And if something like that is very important, post those pictures of you and your grandchild, post those pictures of you and your spouse, or your mom, or your friends hanging out with your friends, because that shows that you value friends, and you value family, and you take the time not only to just go out there and work and hustle, but you also take a moment to say, okay, let's spend some time together, some downtime. And if that's important to you, that should come out in your posts. That should show out in your posts, and you're going to attract people that feel the same way. Okay? So, if that makes sense to you, put a heart in the chat, because I know those family dinners, I used to get so tired of those family dinners. I'm gonna tell you, when I was younger,
Yeah.
I was always at my grandmother's house. And it was like every Friday we knew we were going to grandma's house, and we always knew the menu was the same,
No.
and we did have fun and everything, we did. But after a while, I was like, okay, do I have to go? Yes. But you know what? I value those moments now. I think back, because, I cherish those moments. My grandmother's no longer here. So I have those moments I will never forget, my sister and I. And we were able to invite our friends. So
Yeah.
even our friends would say, "Oh, are we going to grandma's house?" Because my grandmother was their grandmother. Okay. So just take some notes and really think about your core values, and then you could turn those into posts. Okay. The second one is to share your journey, right? Everybody has a journey when it comes to your business. So don't be afraid to show both your successes and your struggles, because no one got into business and had success right away. No one. You have your peaks, your valleys, you have your lessons, you have all of those. So we all stumble and we all fall. But the thing is, we pick ourselves up and we keep going, right? So you want to be transparent about your journey, and how and that will make you relatable and approachable. So again, think about your journey. Think about what it is that you know now that you didn't know. Think about how long you've been in business. If you've been in business 10 years, think about who you were 10 years ago versus who you are today. Believe me, you're not the same person. You're not. You're just not. So you could take the time, and for each section or each topic that we bring forth to you today, take some notes under each of those topics, and you will be able to come up with at least 5 to 6 posts on the drop of a dime. And then you go to our handy dandy tool that we always talk about and help you with the rest. Okay? But you want to share your journey. So now we're going to show you what does that look like. So here it is. So you're going to post a before and after snapshot of your business growth or a personal challenge you that you've overcome. Okay? And I have one in when I saw this when we were putting this together, I said I have something in mind. I remember when I started
Yeah.
in this social media world. I didn't know anything about social media. All I knew is I wanted to come on Facebook and share my business because I knew it was a ton of people over here. But how to go about it, I had no idea. Who I needed to be is not who I am today. So I can talk about who I was 14 years ago when I started on this journey.
Yeah.
And I can share some pictures. So that's why it's so important as part of your journey to take pictures along the way so that you can even give people a visual of who you were then and who you are today. Those before and after pics are powerful, whether it's weight loss, whether it's income, whether it's your skin tone or your hair or just your posture. You can see it all in the picture. Okay. So
Absolutely.
take the time and just think about your journey. And you can always get support on how you would share it. So a throwback to when I first started my business with just a laptop and a dream. So take some pictures with your laptop. I even have pictures of my laptop, of myself in front of my laptop. I have pictures of myself and my husband at that time. I can talk about where we were at that time.
Yes.
And some of you may know that my husband just launched a book. So I can talk about who we were pre-launch of his book. So I'm hoping that this is sparking a lot of ideas in your mind because you want to share your growth journey. Okay. So I'm gonna hit one more and Takesha's gonna take it from there. All right. And aren't these slides amazing? I
I
just
want
I just
to know
I just love
about
them.
that.
These slides are dope. If you think these slides are dope, put some fire emojis in the chat because oh my god, it's so refreshing. You know, go ahead, Takesha, you work them slides, girl. All right,
I want to say something about the last slide because
all
it,
right.
it is so funny when you come so far. And Daria was talking about when she started on Facebook. Well, how many of you guys remember MySpace? Because that's
Mm,
where I started social media at, right? And I had a Facebook for a long time, but I was using MySpace, right? I knew how to
mm,
use it, I knew how to work it, I knew how to do everything with MySpace, right? How to get clients, everything. Then when I
wow,
got into MySpace, I was like, it's weird. I was just like, this is weird. But yeah, talk about how far we've come, D. Like that makes me
yeah,
feel like such a dinosaur. Even thinking about
mhm,
that, like, wow.
right, right. And I didn't know anything about MySpace. I heard of it. I didn't understand it. So I never had an account. And, I had a Facebook account for a long time before I actually went on there and used it. People were posting all kinds and tagging me and all kinds of stuff. When I looked at my profile, it was looking crazy. So I had to clean the thing up once I learned, how to do that and how necessary that was. I didn't know anything about a brand and I had no idea. So yeah, we have come a long way, but at least you had the MySpace experience, so you could bring some of that. You were able to bring some of that over to Facebook. But
Oh man, it was a
yeah,
different beat.
yeah,
I'm not even like Facebook was a different beast. Just like when you go on TikTok, it's
hmm
different. algorithm is
Yeah.
different. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got to know what to post, how to post. I the things that I was doing on MySpace, it was like I was in the music industry. Everybody in the music industry was on MySpace. You know what I mean? They were trying to get the music out
Oh,
there. They were trying to get managers. They were trying to get help. It was just the industry was on there. So
wow.
I kind of had to be on there, and so I had to get good at it. That was my thing at the time. It was, you know, starting a business. So, you got to put your name out there, you got to get out there. And that was a brick and mortar business, right?
Right.
I wasn't even
Right.
online a lot like that, but I knew how to work it. And then when I came to Facebook and they were talking about, Google ads, and they were talking about making a Facebook page, and I thought that was all gibberish. I'm like, wait, you
It's
do
super
wait. How do
weird.
I was like, how do I change my picture? Let's just start there.
Wait, how do we upload a image? Let's start there.
It's like, God. I was
Wow. What do
overwhelmed.
you Yeah, yeah.
We
That's for
got it.
sure.
Look, we got it together, D.
We sure did. We sure did. Thank God we got it together and here we are. So, here's another thing that you can do to help build your relationships and networking is engaging genuinely. That is one
Mhm.
of the easiest things that you can do is engage. And I'm gonna tell y'all, my mom is 82 years old, and I have never seen someone her age engage on social media like she does. She got the emojis down. Girlfriend got the gifs, all kinds of stuff. She always has a comment and an authentic one at that. And I'm like, look at my mom. She is doing the thing. You should see her on Sundays because she doesn't come to service because she's like 40 minutes away now. And since she's older, it's just easier for her to just pop on her iPad or whatever and watch the service that way. But girlfriend is engaged. She's typing in maybe a point that the speaker said, and like I said, she's clapping hands, all kinds of stuff, praying hands, amen, hallelujah, whatever she want to say. She is all up in those comments. So you want to engage genuinely. So you want to respond to comments and messages with thoughtful replies, right? Not just, that's nice. Even though sometimes it's easier, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say I never did that. But the algorithm likes when you are truly engaging, and the algorithm can tell, right? So by doing this, you show your followers that you value their input and that there's a real person behind the screen, right?
Mhm.
So make sure that you are responding to the comments that they're putting on your profile, and then you also click on the reactions, y'all. Those, number one, those are leads, and those are people that you can get to know because they took a moment to either put a heart, a like, a thumbs up on your profile um, post, and they didn't have to do that. They could have just kept scrolling. But the fact that they took a second to interact with your post, that to me is a grateful moment. So it's nothing for you to click on the name and say, "Hey, thank you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to interact with my post."
Mhm.
People would say, "Wow, you know, I didn't expect that." You'd be surprised where that can go. Okay? So take the time to do it, and it's right on your post. We're not even suggesting to go anywhere else yet. And then to really, spice it up, you can go on their profile and comment and love, like, and care on two of
Yeah,
their posts. Do that.
absolutely.
Notice the difference in the algorithm when you do that on consistent basis. So I'm gonna have Takesha take it from here. She's gonna give you that example.
Yes, indeed. Because I mean, engaging genuinely is the name of the game when you're on social media. And
Mhm.
sometimes we have to remind ourselves that it's called social media, right? We got to
Yes,
actually be social, right? We're supposed to act like we in a space with this person, with these people, right? We all sharing a space with these people. And when we network with them, that's the best thing ever. So when somebody comments on your post, you know you want to reply more than with just thank you, right? Sometimes it's easier if you're getting a lot of posts, but you definitely want to change it up. You don't want to go down, thank you, 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 right? You want to change it up, right? Sometimes you will say that, but for the most part, you want to say something that you would normally say. Like even if it's one word that you usually say, like Daria says word, right? She says that, right? That's her thing to say, word. I say booyah, right? So sometimes you have something that you say to people and they're like, oh, that's so and so, that's what she says. And if you want to just be genuine, like, I really appreciate your support. What's one goal you're working towards this week? Let's cheer each other on. See how they have the emojis? Perfect, right? Perfect. Look how they're continuing the conversation, right? You're
mhm,
thanking them and telling them that you appreciate them for all of their support. And at the same time, you're asking them what's going on in their life. What are your goals? What are you up to? Tell me something great going on. You're right. Tell me something great you're working towards so that I can cheer you on, because of course so few of us have people cheering us on. And that's why in
mhm.
the online space, networking is so important, because we are the ones that cheer each other on, right? Because half the time people may not join you, but they will cheer you on. You could be in two separate companies and cheer for each other.
That's right.
One day, you may join them, or they may join you, or you may never join. You guys may
Mhm.
just meet in public for the first time, right? That might
Right,
be the thing y'all do. And we
right.
finally met after all these years. Like Valerie Thornhill, Valerie Thornton. I just met Valerie in November. You know how many years? How many years?
Oh my
Years.
goodness.
Like
Man,
coaching, we coached Valerie. We've done so much. We've had so many private conversations, so many sisterhood conversations, just so many interactions, and just never
mhm.
met each other.
Never
And we
met each
both
other.
live right. We both
Yeah,
live in
isn't that
Florida.
crazy?
So I have to remember when I go to Miami to hit her up and say, hey, so she can come down, right? Because I'm planning
Right.
on coming to Miami. So that's part of just interacting with people genuinely.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
literally
it's
all
so
it is.
true. It's so true.
Literally
Mhm.
nothing more than that. Going online, adding value, and offering to help other people learn what you've already learned. Because if you've been online for several years and this person just starting out today, honey, believe me, you're the expert, right?
Yes. Yes.
You want to use right, like, and
Yeah.
that was the hard part for us too.
Mhm.
How can I teach somebody? Oh, I don't feel comfortable, but you know a lot more than. I'm sorry, this hat killing me. You know a lot more than they do, right? That's what you have to remember. There are things that you can teach them that they don't know because they haven't heard any of the stuff that you know. That's what you have to remember. The smallest thing that you can think of that you might say, oh, that might be something they already know. They probably don't. When you got online, you didn't know everything all at once. And you remember how it felt when you first started and you felt that, oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? when 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 you felt so y'all know the word I'm looking for, man.
What? What
When you
in
felt
not in
overwhelmed, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but that's a great substitute. So just think of it like that. What type of frustrations did you have when you first got started? You can help somebody through that.
yes,
You that
sure,
portion already.
for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Because I know I felt inadequate, all of that. I was so
And
tired
honey,
of asking questions because I was the person that did not know. I was like, well, when am I going to be able to know?
that's just like when you first take a class. When you start in that class on day one, you don't know that material. You're there
Right,
to learn the material. By the
right.
end of the class, you can take an exam and you can
Mhm.
answer the pertinent questions, right? So when you show up and you're online and you write as you speak, right? So that you can maintain a natural and a casual voice. So this helps in creating a comfortable space for your audience to engage with you.
For
And
sure.
in a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like I was going back, sorry about that, D, why I was going back to saying that's why a lot of times people come online in videos.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because a lot of people don't show up written as themselves. So they will do a lot of videos, they'll do a lot of YouTubes, they'll do a lot of TikToks because it's easier for them to show up as themselves, right? Somebody can hear your voice, they can see what you look like, they can see your mannerisms, the whole 9 yards. So, just for an example, you want to write posts as if you're talking to a friend, right? Switch it up, right? If you don't say lovelies, you can switch it up. Like I call all my friends boo, but in a professional setting, I usually say, "Hey, my friend," right? Or "Hey," and leave it at that. "Hey, lovelies, just wanted to pop in and say I hope you're crushing it this week. Remember, small steps lead to big progress." Just a
Mhm.
simple reminder,
Yeah.
right? Just a simple reminder. You hope that they keep crushing it because out here in the real world, we have family and friends and other people that don't do what they do, that don't understand what we do and why we do what we do.
Mhm.
And we hear it all the time, right?
For
So
sure.
it's nice, right, D? It's nice to have
It's
somebody who do what you do
it's
and understand
encouraging.
the
Mhm.
the struggle and the stress and I was gonna say sisterhood because it's brotherhood too, and the support,
Yes.
the overwhelming amount of support that you get from strangers,
Yeah,
and
we
we always
definitely use it.
right, and we
Mhm.
always have to remind ourselves, friends and family are not the ones that make you rich. Strangers make you rich. How many of y'all personally know Bill Gates? How many of y'all
Right?
personally know Jeff Bezos? You ain't
Exactly.
got no to spend money with them. It's just two prime examples. You may never in your life meet Jeff Bezos, but I bet that won't stop you from shopping on Amazon.
No, it's not.
Just a
It's not.
prime example. It's the
Mhm.
strangers that make you rich. It's not your friends and family. Jeff Bezos went through this already. His friends and
Mhm.
family already was the naysayers and already told him it wasn't gonna work, and they already got egg on their face because he kept going. That's going, and then just a prime example. Amazon changed its name a few times before it became Amazon, right? It went through a couple things, right? Everything wasn't just hunky dory, and he was just like, "Hey, I'm in my garage starting this company, and tomorrow I'm gonna be a billionaire." No, he had to go through some hoops. He had to do some stuff. So that's when your unique perspective comes in,
Yes.
right? Because we've all went through it to get to where we are, But you talking about it in your voice and your tone and your personality is what makes it unique to you and for you. Everything has been said, but it's never been said by you. And
That's
my
right.
mentor told me like a long time ago, I was like, because I was struggling with what they call in school plagiarizing. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right, right.
It was so hard for me, like I could take what somebody else did. Like, how is that not? So it took me a while to get over that. So you got to
Mhm,
embrace what makes you different and share your unique viewpoint, right?
mhm.
Because you might say it in a way that they never heard it before, and all of a
Right.
sudden it clicks for them. And they like, whoa,
Yep.
so
Thank
many
you for
people
telling
have
me.
said that, and I've heard it so many times, but the way you said it, the way you put it, it just, whoa, opened up my mind. Like, I get it now. I
Mhm.
get it now.
Yep.
Your individual experiences and insights are what will what will set you apart, right? And attract like-minded individuals. So many times we are so caught up on how different we are, but this is when it's perfect. You're different. Your differences is what make you you. Nobody else can be you. They're not making
Exactly.
no more you.
They're sure
Right?
not.
You
They're
need to see
sure not. Yep.
you
I
are
wanna
the
add
most.
something to that when you're done.
Go ahead, girl. I'm done.
Okay. It reminds me, you know how think about it, like your mother will tell you something over and over and over and over and over again. And you're like, yeah, 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 yeah. It's like wah, 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 right? But then your aunt or your uncle or someone else that you respect says the same thing, but you hear it when they say it. Even though it's the same
Yeah,
thing, but you hear it differently. It's something about the way they said it or the fact that it's coming from them that validates it more in your head. So it's the same thing because remember, there's nothing new under the sun. So you're going to hear similar things. It's just going to be put in a different way in the way that that person delivers it. And sometimes the person's delivery is what is what is how you get it. Is the delivery. It's the way it's being said, how it's being said. So
absolutely. It could be
so that's why
tonality. Yeah,
right. Right. So that's why it's okay to say the same thing that we just said. Like you could go live and say the same thing. Tell people what you learned on this live, and you go on your live and you're gonna say it in the way that you received it. And then you're gonna touch whoever is watching your live in the way that they need to be touched because they're hearing it from you. And you're gonna deliver it totally different than the way we're delivering it. So it's
absolutely.
okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat.
Just saying. And it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. And sometimes we have to get out of our heads because we
Mhm.
all go through that. That's the reason we say it is because we've been there. You know what I mean? And especially when you have, unsupportive people around you in your, how I say, in your offline life, right? Sometimes it is hard to show up and to give your unique perspective on something when you just finished cursing out the neighbor, right? And then you're like, you know, trust me, this is why we tell you guys on Sundays to put it together, right? We'll go through that again though, right? This is why we tell you guys on Sunday it's good to put your content together because no matter what happens during your week, you don't have to think about what am I gonna post and are my emotions gonna affect me posting today, right? Because
Mhm.
that's what happens with most, right? They had a
Right.
crappy morning, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, oh, they ain't posting today. Right? Like, dang, the whole day just gone.
Right.
So,
Right.
plan and prepare. Right. And so now example of being able to show up as your unique, authentic self and use your perspective is, of course, to share a personal anecdote or lesson, hello, that you've
Mhm.
learned that others might benefit from.
Yeah, we have plenty of
One
them.
thing I've learned, right? And my eyes messing up now. Is one thing I've learned is that perfection is a myth. Facts. Embracing my imperfections has freed me to live more boldly and creatively. Who's with me? Yeah,
Mhm.
my eyes doing that. What does that say? Yeah, and that's absolutely true, right? Because
Yep.
you have to drop all of that, and that the perfection come from the offline people, because they don't know what it's like to be an online marketer. They don't know what it's like to network online. It's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother ball game, right? And
Mhm.
so you
Mhm.
don't show up at McDonald's asking them, you know what I mean, about they fries and can you get back there and cook some. You show up and you make an order, you leave. you, you, right? That ain't what you
Right.
do it at online. You can
Mhm.
give your point of view. You can
Right.
give your perspective, you know what I mean? And you can show up as yourself. And if you're on there, doing business and you're mixing in some of your core values, you're showing up as authentic as possible because you're following these 5 steps so that you can guarantee that you're going to be unique when you show up online, which is your superpower. How different, oh my goodness, excuse me, how different you are is what makes you great online.
Mhm.
Who wants to sit there and watch 10 people in the same tone, in the same, right? Say they saying the same way. This one doesn't have any pizzazz. This one, you know what I mean? Like every channel you click on, you says, and today we're gonna talk about how we're gonna do network marketing. And every channel you turn on, it's the same. Somebody just sitting there in that same voice. Now the conclusion to this today, you'll be like, oh my God, there's got
Right.
to be something different out there, right? I need to find somebody I can relate to. I need to connect with somebody who's gonna teach me something, who's gonna entertain me at the same time, who's gonna, you know what I'm saying, make sure they're being consistent. You know what I mean? There's certain things that different people are looking for, right?
Exactly.
You might have people following this one person, right? Because they feel as though this person is like-minded like them, right? So mm, yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. My eyes are so sucky today. remember you remember being authentic online is not about being perfect. And we cannot stress that enough.
Yes,
Right?
true.
It's not about being perfect. It's about being real and true to who you are. You better believe it. And now, of course, if you don't know what social AI is, we talk about it all the time, right? It is a tool that we use, and it makes posting and knowing what to post and all those things a thing of the past, right? You don't have to know what that is. If you don't know what that is, we'll put the link in the bottom so that you can check it out, right?
Yes.
Because you can check it out for 7 days. So, that tool can help you to maintain that authenticity while posting on social media. Oh yeah, my eyesight bad. Ignite your ignite your potential, ignite your potential, empower your journey.
Oh
I,
my
I don't know. I
goodness.
don't know why. I definitely have to. because it likes to do that just like at the last moment. I think it's because I got this light in my eye for real. So, but of course, by incorporating these examples that we shared with you, into your online presence, you will be able to connect more deeply, because that's what it's about, more deeply with your audience, and showcase the authentic you. Because
Yes.
you can't show up as one person. You can't show up as one person this week. Me and Derry got some new gear, and I can't wait, because this hat drive me crazy every time we're doing this thing. You got to be authentic online, right? You got to show up as you. And if you feel like you don't know how to do that, you can always show up faceless, right? There's a way, you know what I mean? That's why people they say hide behind posts, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're afraid of getting camera, as far as getting videotaped, take some pictures. Take some pictures and throw your picture on top of some of the things, on top of some of these quotes you're posting, on top of some of this value that you're giving out. Throw one of your nice, professional, clean pictures on there, right? Use Canva to take the background out of the picture, and to, what I'm saying, and to make it pop. I mean, absolutely. It's so simple to show up as yourself. And, that's one of the best ways when you're putting your picture on there, if you don't want your voice to show up and you don't want to be right on a video. That's the next best thing. People could still see you, right? You posting pictures of stuff, things like that. Sometimes I post videos, sometimes I post pictures. I do a combination of both. It just depends on how I feel, right? So, because I don't mind getting in front of the camera. I don't mind, taking a picture and just putting the picture either. So don't be afraid, because it's not plagiarizing, right? That was my biggest struggle. Because in school, you know what I mean? Well, I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, college. They all told me the same thing. No plagiarizing.
Exactly.
So when I got on, it was like, you could copy people. I was like, what? Kind of scared me a little bit. The same thing, showing up as your authentic self. I was like, I was raised to not put my business out there. All those things hit you, but you're not the one feeling like that. Derry and I went through that.
Sure
we
did.
went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, what are these? The people that I got on there that went to school with gonna think about me? Oh, what if I do this and this don't succeed? Or what if? Oh, child, please. You know how many things that I did that didn't succeed? They just not online, honey. And you just start thinking to yourself, if I'm not willing to fail, how am I going to be willing to succeed? You have to be willing to fail. You have to.
Yep. It's all part of the journey.
Right? How in the school they tell you it's one right answer. Here there's not. There's plenty of right answers. Plenty of right answers. And that's the difference.
That's right.
Be your authentic self. Nobody's you. Nobody's Daria. Nobody's Takija. Nobody's nobody is you. That's your superpower. Embrace that superpower.
Yes.
Daria, we to be about. Tell them about that.
Say that again.
Let me pull it up. Next week, we want to give them the topic, and we're going to post it as well, the flyer, to let you guys see what the next 4 will be. It'll all be about networking, of course, but each time we're just going to dive deeper and deeper so that you guys know exactly what to say, what to do, all of those things, right? And don't forget, when people put hearts or likes or whatever, to make sure that you hit them up and thank them.
Exactly.
Right? Exactly. Open up conversations.
Before you share the rest of the month, I saw a comment. I'm looking at a comment here that's a little disturbing. and I see that it says pictures of myself. I don't know who it is because it says Facebook user. It says pictures of myself make me depressed. And, you know, I know that there's a lot of people that have hangups on doing selfies and just sharing who they are. Remember, you are a child of God, and God did not make any junk. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we want you to know that you are special, you are valued, and you have something to share. So before you do that selfie, do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good, glam yourself up, put your lipstick on, your makeup. If it's a guy, get your hair cut, get in front of some light and take that selfie because you are
Mhm.
amazing, you are beautiful, you are handsome. If you are a brother, you are God's child. And like I said, God did not make any junk. So, with that
Absolutely.
said, my husband launched a book called Relationship Building a Relationship to Self. You must
Mhm.
have a relationship with yourself before you succeed in anything.
Mhm.
So, that may be something you want to pick up to help you feel good about who you are because we do have to do um self development, professional
Yeah.
development in this industry because we get beat up a lot, you know. Is that a pyramid? Oh, you doing that thing? So we gotta have our ammunition. And that's part of the reason why he wrote the book. So make sure that you're reading, make sure you're listening to positive things, to help you get through whatever it is you need to do to persevere in your business. So I just wanted to say that because just seeing that touched my heart. That really touched me. Let's do those selfies, y'all. Let's get out there and do them.
Absolutely. And we gotta run. Indeed. So we are gonna see you guys next Tuesday, of course, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are gonna post that flyer inside of the Online Success Made Simple Facebook group so that you guys
Yes.
can check it out and you can see the next 4 weeks and what the topic is going to be about. Of course, all geared towards networking and building relationships. All right.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait to see your posts. We gave you some great post ideas, so make sure that you do those posts. You're going to see ours. Let's do this so we can create some buzz around this. So with that said, we got to run and we
Yeah.
will see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Everyone have an amazing evening and we'll see you next week. Bye y'all.
Okay. Bam, Daria.